Good evening, I'm Nicole Weisberg. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, data center discussion. The province hosting a town hall in the area planned for Meta's first hyperscale data center in Canada. Snow removal overhaul. City staff release a multi-million-dollar plan after a challenging winter. And spectator etiquette with some of the world's best golfers in Edmonton. What to know about seeing them play.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nicole Weisberg.
A multi-billion-dollar AI data center is a topic of a town hall in Sturgeon County tonight. It's the second of a series of events being put on by the UCP government to address public concerns about these projects. CTV's Curtis Goodrum joins us live from the town of Redwater. And Curtis, last night's town hall was pretty contentious.
Nicole, Minister of Technology and Innovation Nate Glubish received lots of jeers, heckles and boos at last night's town hall in Lacombe. This has some questioning if it's the right time and the right way to share this information.
I think in the ideal scenario, these town halls would be less town halls and more listening exercises.
Sabrina Perich is the co-director of the Energy Stories Lab at the University of Calgary. She says people are confused about these projects because of a lack of transparency and information. In Sturgeon County, work has already begun on what will eventually become Meta's first AI data center in Canada. The province says it will be self-sustaining and will not be drawn on local resources, including water. Perich says many people now have a hard time believing that, which is why the province should have done town halls much sooner.
These town halls are overdue. The AI data center strategy was released by the government of Alberta now more than a year and a half ago. And I think that there was really no engagement at the beginning of the process. That's what the government has forgotten about these EIAs and regulatory process. They are about public engagement as much as they are about assessing the economic and environmental viability of a project.
Tonight's town hall starts at 6 p.m. So far, the only people here are organizers and some media, but they do expect a decent turnout. Nicole.
Thank you, Curtis. City Council will debate a major overhaul to the snow and ice clearing program during budget talks this fall. City staff have outlined a $24 million plan to speed up the process and meet public expectations. They call it the Well-Maintained City Package. It aims to deliver predictable snow clearing on main roads, scale up staffing, support winter events, and make movement easier for cyclists and pedestrians. More than a dozen enhancements are proposed, including more frequent residential clearing, more enforcement, a focus on event and festival sites, and a dedicated bike path team for commuter routes. The city consulted frontline snow and ice crews, other city departments, and the public.
The biggest thing that we're working on is timing and availability. We want to make sure our crews are available and given the tools they need to be out on the roads to help whenever they are needed. So we are optimizing how many staff, how many pieces of equipment, and that we're out there ready to work for the city of Edmonton.
The $24 million per year upgrade would also require a one-time $11 million spend to buy new equipment, signage, and more. Councillors will discuss this at the end of the month. They will decide whether to fund it during budget talks in November. Council could also opt to pay for more services beyond what administration has put together. Well, a 21-year-old man has been killed in what appears to be Edmonton's first deadly motorcycle crash of the year. Police say just before 8:30 last night, a Range Rover was on 34th Street turning onto 64th Avenue when it was hit by a motorcycle. The 21-year-old motorcyclist died at the scene. The 44-year-old woman driving the Range Rover and two passengers were not hurt. EPS is looking for witnesses or dash cam video. Police say speed is believed to have been a factor in this crash. As of August 8th, there had been no deadly motorcycle crashes in the city this year. Hundreds of new student housing units are planned to replace a long-abandoned downtown building. 4 buildings containing nearly 700 units will go up at 103rd Avenue and 106th Street, 1 block south of MacEwan University. This is the current site of the Massey-Ferguson building, which has historic designation. Public development permit information states the south building will incorporate the current building's historic facade. ESH Housing Limited is the named builder, and Faction Projects says it is the development manager. On its website, Faction states the project consists of 4 6-story mid-rise residential buildings organized around 2 private courtyards and a central public pathway. The site also states this project will be completed in 2 phases. Phase 1's projected completion is June 2028. Well, the City of Edmonton says part of 97th Street will close starting Monday for construction of the new Chinatown Gate. The closure is from Jasper Avenue north 1 block to Oki-Sikau Way. It will last for 2 weeks. Construction of the new gate began in March. It is expected to be done next year. Well, some of the best golfers in the world are in Edmonton, taking a swing at the Canadian Women's Open title. For many spectators, it's the first chance to watch professional golf in person. CTV's Evan Kenny has more on the do's and don'ts around the course.
From Smith Falls, Ontario, Canada, Brooke Henderson.
Canada's winningest LPGA golfer, hearing the roar of the crowd on the first tee box and feeding off the energy. But making noise is usually a big no-no on the course.
Why are people quiet right now?
I think they want to be respectful, right? Give the players a chance to get into the zone and figure out what they want to do.
That's why you see people like George around each hole.
That's what we hope for, is that people be respectful for the people out here playing the game.
This is probably a lot of people's first professional event too, so you see the arms go up with the quiet sign. Like, even stop moving, because even if you're not making noise, you could be moving in the background.
Just get everybody to hold still, please, on the path. Hold up.
Now, keeping the people silent out here, that's one thing, since they actually listen. Meanwhile, there's other factors at play on the golf course.
It seems like the squirrels have allowed us things here.
Honestly, I was thinking that yesterday. There's one right behind 3T, and every time someone's teeing off, it was just, I got the quiet sign up, but he's not listening.
Whether it's the sounds from the trees or the ones coming from beside the tees, the world's #1 golfer doesn't mind hearing it.
No, of course, it never hurts. Obviously, you want to play well in front of the people coming out to support you and that cheer you on really loud, and it's always nice. It's a motivational factor for sure.
There's really only one thing Corda doesn't want to hear.
Maybe boo you, but that's about it, yeah.
And if fans do that, they'll get one of these.
Everything's been so good, and it's pleasant. The crowds are really nice until they come along and people are focused. And yeah, really nice.
The tournament runs until Sunday evening. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
And our Josh Clausen is down at the Mayfair for the Women's Open. Josh, are you following all the etiquette?
Oh, I'm always following all of the etiquette, which is why I'm speaking very quietly right now to you. It's been a spectacular day. I gotta say, this is the first time I've had a chance to take in this tournament or any other professional tournament. I was down here for a few hours this morning, and if you have the chance at some point over the next 3 days, and there are still tickets available, if you have the chance to come down here, you really got to come down and see these athletes. 9 out of the top 15 female golfers on the planet are here in Edmonton at the Royal Mayfair. We also, down here at the Royal Mayfair, have Director of High Performance with Golf Canada, Emily Phoenix. How are you, Emily?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure to have you. Talk about some of the stuff you got, interesting things you guys are doing at High Performance. There's a lot of youngsters coming up on this tour.
Yeah, so not only do we have 15 Canadians in the field this week, but 12 of them are members of Team Canada and Team Canada Next Gen. So really at Golf Canada, we believe in investing in our up-and-coming Canadian golfers. So we provide resources, coaching, financial support through the Golf Canada Foundation to help them progress and eventually make the LPGA Tour.
And it seems to be working. We'll talk Brooke in a second. Everybody knows Brooke Henderson. Who are some of the young girls that we should keep an eye on this week?
I'll give you 2 names, yep. 1 amateur, 1 professional. So on the amateur side, Aphrodite Deng. She was low amateur at this event last year. She won the U.S. Girls Junior, first Canadian to do so, and so she's really on the rise. I keep your eye on her. And then on the pro side, Anna Huang. She became the youngest player in history to win 4 times on the Ladies European Tour. She's only 17. She's ranked 45th in the world, and this is a big week for her.
One more I'll throw out, who just turned 18 in July, is this Michelle Jing, who she and Anna are T3 right now. Let's talk Brooke. The season's been coming together nicely. T2, a third place or a second place finish, T3 in her last 3 events. Can she repeat?
Absolutely. I mean, she's such a competitor. She's the winningest Canadian professional golfer of all time. Obviously won this last year for the 2nd time in her career. She's so inspiring for our next generation of Canadian professional golfers. They see her in the locker room. They watch what she does when she practices, and it's just such an inspiration for all Canadian golfers.
Outstanding. Emily, thank you. Do you have one last word for anybody that's coming down here, what they should expect?
Come out and support the best athletes in the world, and especially our Canadians.
Okay, perfect. Emily Phoenix, thank you so much. Let's quickly look at temperatures. It was a beautiful day weather-wise today. There was a chance of some scattered showers through the mid-afternoon hours. There are still some showers off to the northwest of the city, but a long ways off. Those will hold off until, if they come through at all, mid-evening. We're at 23 degrees right now. 24 looks like it's going to end up as the daytime high for today. Should get hotter and sunnier over the next couple of days. We'll take a look at that with your 5 and 10-day forecast in a couple minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Coming up next on CTV News, the federal gas tax break is coming to an end, bringing more uncertainty at the pump.
We luckily won't be short. We won't have fuel lines, but we're going to end up paying higher prices through the winter because of that.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Albertans are being warned to prepare to pay more for fuel in the coming weeks and months. The temporary federal gas tax break expires September 8th. That means an extra 10 cents on gasoline and 4 cents on diesel. The Canadian Fuel Association says that doesn't mean prices will go up exactly those amounts when it takes effect again. That's because a number of other factors go into pricing. It also says it may be somewhat offset by the industry starting to transition to the traditionally less expensive winter-grade gas. The former head of the Alberta Petroleum Marketing Commission says global conflicts and reduced refinery capacity are expected to keep prices high.
So it's a very unsettled market, and we luckily won't be short. We won't have fuel lines, but we're going to end up paying higher prices through the winter because of that. The summer-winter switch is probably only a minor contributor for a couple weeks. I think prices are probably headed up.
Ottawa won't say if we'll see an extension of the gas tax relief. A federal finance spokesperson would only say they're monitoring financial pressures on Canadians, which will guide decisions made in the months ahead. The Fringe is making a push for monthly donors to help keep the festival financially feasible.
The truth is, the cost of producing an event like ours continues to increase year over year, while our funding remains relatively stagnant. The best way that our community can ensure that Fringe is sustainable is by becoming a monthly donor. 1,000 is our goal for this year, but we will continue to build that community of champions to help support Fringe in the future.
The Fringe currently has 840 monthly donors through its Sustain Fringe campaign. The money helps pay to bring shows to the festival since ticket proceeds go back to the artists. Megan Dart says they get hundreds of applications for 90 spots. Sustainable funding can help get more artists to audiences. Well, just before Halloween, the Stanley A. Milner Library will be locked up with people inside. Following the success of a similar escape room-style event in July, Locked Library Ghost Stories will welcome investigators working to get to the bottom of some small-town hauntings. The after-hours event is designed to be immersive with a case to crack by solving a series of puzzles.
So it's designed for fans of escape rooms or mystery and paranormal enthusiasts, book lovers, or anyone looking for a unique night out to get into the Halloween spirit.
Locked Library Ghost Stories will run October 24th after the regular closing time. Tickets can be bought through the EPL website. Still to come, the world's top hockey league and the world's top soccer league. band together.
Well, I really get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basement-y.
It was an Edmonton crossover in Germany. The NHL announced a new partnership with football club Bayern Munich with Oilers star Leon Draisaitl and Edmonton soccer product Alphonso Davies on stage. The partnership is intended to grow Bayern's presence in Canada and expand the NHL's footprint in Germany. The NHL also says the Oilers will return to Cologne, Germany during the 2027-28 season, nearly 10 years after the team played an exhibition game there.
Well, I really get goosebumps just thinking about it. In 2017, I experienced that when we were playing against Cologne, and it was a really special experience. Those are the things that don't happen every year.
It's a big sport, obviously, where I came from and how I grew up. You know, obviously, Leon playing for Edmonton is something special. Seeing him here, you know, a guy that I watch and cheer for all the time when they play. So it's incredible.
The Oilers' opponent will be announced at a later date. The Boston Bruins will play 2 games in Munich that season as well. And Josh is enjoying another sport. He's down at the CKPC Women's Open, and I can tell you're loving it, Josh.
It is killing me, Nicole, to be down here and not have clubs in my hands right now. Just a spectacular day weather-wise to be out on the golf course, and it looks like the next couple of days should be more of the same. In fact, even hotter and a little sunnier as well through the course of the day tomorrow. There is a slight chance you might see a thunderstorm or a shower roll through here mid-evening. We'll show you the radar map in a second. The next couple of hours, though, look pretty good, and there's really only another half hour to an hour before all of the ladies are off the course here at the CPKC. River Valley Skycam, 23 degrees after hitting 24 for a daytime high earlier today. You can see a little bit of sunshine out there breaking through the clouds right now. 23 in Fort McMurray as well as Grand Prairie, and 25 to the south in Red Deer. We've got some thunderstorms bubbling up around Calgary and off to the southwest and northwest of the Edmonton area. Now, that thunderstorm up around Whitecourt, the problem is if you're going to try and watch radar through this evening to see if any of those showers are going to come through, if the lightning disappears, you're not going to see the green splotches on the radar because that Carvel radar west of the city is still out. Estimated now to be back in place by tomorrow, but we'll see how that plays out. It was expected to be back in place by today. It is still down. So we'll watch those showers in the Whitecourt area, potentially about 8-9 p.m. for the Edmonton area. After that, skies will clear overnight and through tomorrow morning, and then we get some sunshine through the bulk of the day tomorrow. It does look like we're in for some increasing cloud through the morning hours and early afternoon on Saturday, kind of a mix of sun and cloud, but those clouds should break by about supper time Saturday, and then we'll watch what happens for overnight Saturday night. It looks like late Saturday night you've got some showers and thunderstorms that'll pop up in western Alberta, and there's a slight chance overnight Saturday into the wee hours of Sunday morning. You might see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Much better chance for some rain Sunday night into Monday, but we'll show you that in a second. 13 degrees in Edmonton tomorrow morning. Should be about 11 degrees in Red Deer, 10 and 8 in Grand Prairie and Fort McMurray. Daytime highs tomorrow, mid to high 20s across the north. Mainly sunny skies for most areas. You'll see a little bit of cloud cover there in the northeast. Sunshine at 26 in Lloydminster, 28 and 31 for Red Deer and Jasper here in the city. Partly cloudy skies through this evening. That slight chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm around 8-9 p.m. Then some clearing through tomorrow morning. 13 degrees in the morning, up to about 27 for a high tomorrow afternoon. 29 or 30 and a mix of sun and cloud on Saturday. And then chance of showers Sunday night carries through into Monday. That's either showers or maybe even some steadier rain, and back a little closer to 20 for a daytime high on Monday. But for the next 3 days, mid to high 20s for daytime highs. Beautiful weather for the tournament.
Definitely. Thank you, Josh. When we return, a cultural celebration commemorating 150 years of shared land.
Let's honor the treaties. We're here to celebrate that.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Wake up with us at CTV Your Morning Edmonton for the latest local news, up-to-the-minute weather, traffic updates, and lifestyle entertainment. There's no brighter way to start your day. CTV Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays 6 to 9. Watch live on Crave.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Visitors and vendors of all ages are taking over the West Edmonton Mall Ice Palace for the Silver Cove Rock and Gem Show.
My goal is just to have a successful jewelry company and be able for girls at my age to afford a pair of earrings.
Me and my brother sometimes just sit down and smash rocks that we find with hammers, and sometimes we find really sparkly ones.
More than 250 sellers are showing off crystals, minerals, gems, and more. Organizers say the wares come from all over the world, including stones from Indonesia and Madagascar and sapphires mined right here in Canada. Whether you're a serious collector looking for a specific crystal or just interested in some Canadian-made earrings, organizers say there's something for everyone. Enoch Cree Nation commemorated a century and a half of Treaty 6 with a powwow today. CTV's Noah Rashog was there.
As long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the rivers flow, the treaties will be intact.
150 years of Treaty 6.
What's it mean to, be here celebrating 150 years of Treaty 6?
That we're still here?
At Enoch Cree Nation, they're letting their voices, their song, and their heartbeat be heard.
The drum is the heartbeat of Mother Earth and of our people.
As soon as I hear the drum, it's like a rush. It's such a beautiful feeling.
Crystal Lightning is here to dance and commemorate the treaties. She's been living abroad for most of her life and set dancing aside. It wasn't until she came back to Treaty Land she felt comfortable to pick it up again and share it with her children.
And then I lived in California my entire life, and I didn't dance. And so now that I'm back home here in Edmonton, I've been dancing now. This is my 4th powwow back.
Bands across Alberta and Saskatchewan are gathered to highlight the enduring strength of the treaties.
The treaties are older than the Constitution of Canada, and also the older than the province of Alberta. They've been intact, and they will stay intact.
Enoch Tribal Councillor Kyle Peacock acknowledges over those 150 years the relationship between the Indigenous and the Crown has evolved to stand the test of time.
We came a long ways evolving as people and as neighbors to the white settlers, to the provincial government, to the federal government, and the municipalities of Canada.
While many feel there's still plenty of work to be done.
I just want everybody to honor the treaties. It was a deal made. And
today, however, is a celebration of a strong, thriving culture and the treaty that forms its foundations.
It's beautiful being Indigenous. Happy 150 years.
Noah Rashog, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that is our show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nicole Weisberg. CTV News continues right now.